It was as if Christ walked amongst them, touching them and healing them. The eyes of the blind were healed. I remember one man getting up, walking with his stick for the blind, walking up and down, shaking his head, speaking to himself. And he says, I've always said that Jesus is the white man's God. And now I've experienced him as my God. And praising God. He says, he's my God. And the sick would be healed. A little girl was brought on a wheelbarrow. She lay on the ground. She had a hunchback. Her knees pressed hard against her chest. She was 11 years old. When the mother washed her, she could hardly put her hand between the knees and the chest. There were 2 hollows in her chest. And she had to take a sheet, a bedding sheet, and just wrap it around the child. When she was 2 years old, she got ill, she fell ill, and her whole body shriveled together, her arms and her knees, and she was just like a bundle. And a man who was healed told the mother, you take the child to Mapumulu. Yes. And he said, they are Christians and they worship a living God. They'll pray for your child and the child will be healed. And the mother cried and said, you pulling my leg, you mocking me. Don't play the fool with me. I've prayed for years and nothing happened. So the aunt of the girl, the mother's sister, took the girl, brought her. And when in a meeting, all of a sudden, when prayer was made, suddenly she could stretch out her one leg, then the other leg. Her hunchback suddenly left, and she was the first person to stand up and stand on her own legs. She says she felt the power of God coming over her. She was the first one to leave that room. The aunt was standing outside, and when she saw that girl, she just broke down. She thought she had to carry the girl, and there she walked on her own legs. And you can imagine how the name of Christ is praised, and people say, truly, he's still the same, as the Bible says. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And God works, as the Bible says, exceeding abundantly above what we can ask or pray for. Even our faith limits him, because he says he works according to his riches in glory. And that exceeds what we can pray for or believe. Even he comes and reveals himself in his greatness. The Bible says he sends his word and heals them. In divine healing, God starts with the heart. Physical healing hasn't got much sense if we're not helped spiritually. First of all, we've got to be saved from our sin. If we're not saved from our sin, and a lame man is healed, he'll live a more dreadful life afterwards. He'll sin more. So, what shall it profit a man even if he gains the whole world but loses his soul? The salvation of the soul is the first thing.